Wildwood Park, Columbia County, Georgia, our home for the week, such as it is, and we're going to show it all to you today. Away we go. We are going to show you as much of this park as we can think of to show you. This is our first county park, as we've told you before. Columbia County, Georgia. This is another of the scads of camping opportunities along the shores of Lake Thurmond / Clarks Hill Lake, depending on which side of the river you are. Columbia County's park's website lists this park as being 75 acres. I find that very hard to believe. It seems to be at least twice, if not 3 times that size.
That might be one campground section.
but the documentation doesn't. It just says this 75 acre park, and I'm not sure what that means, but it's got to be bigger than 75 acres. The park has 3 camping areas, camping loops for tent and RV campers.
All different sizes too.
We are in area 1. And we'll show you that in detail since we're there. We'll probably just kind of drive through and b-roll a little bit the other 2 and give you a glimpse. But we'll show you the beach area, which I think is in area 3. We'll stop and look at that, amongst other things. Coming up to the boat ramps. And there are, we haven't counted, but there are numerous boat ramps scattered throughout the park. There are numerous opportunities for boaters to put in around the park, but this is the main, primary, largest of these. There's even a specific end that's called the mega ramp, which I guess is for pontoons or super large boats. I'm not enough of a boater to know. So we should point out that Lake Thurmond, Clarks Hill Lake, is one of the, if not the, best bass fishing destinations in the United States, or so we're told.
Lots of tournaments.
Yeah, there's professional fishing tournaments here quite often. And it smells like it too. Yes, spectator. I never would have guessed that fishing was a spectator sport.
No.
Which I guess the awards ceremonies and such.
That's true.
All right, let's go check out that beach area. We'll show you that. Coming up on camping area 3. Pretty playground here.
It's not taped off.
Shocker. Like 2 good-sized picnic shelters for gatherings and events in this loop. Oh, I stand corrected, 3. There's one actually at the beach area, so that would be A, B, and C. We're at the beach area. Public service announcement before we get too involved. It is 88% humidity today. So by the time this video is over, this shirt will be a different color, and I apologize ahead of time, but I can't. As you guys know, I perspire like an Italian pimp. There's just no stopping it, so I'm sorry ahead of time. That being said, here's the beach area. Very nice and clean, it seems to be. Fenced off. Now we're here about 10:30 in the morning, so it's not
on a cloudy day.
On a cloudy day, so it's not packed to the gills yet. But as you see, this is nice for lakeside wading, swimming. This little section of the lake is kind of like a little alcove, so it's out of the main boat traffic. Its own picnic shelter inside the fenced area, as you see. So if you've got a family reunion or cookout of some sort going. There'll be that. I do think it's a little tight to drive through here.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I wish they'd take out a couple of these trees and widen that area out just a little bit. But they didn't ask my opinion. So. We're kind of jumping around, hitting all these points. We're going to show you something that only an RV camper would get excited about. We're going to show you the brand spanking new, super glitzy dump stations that have just recently opened here at Wildwood. It looks like 3 lanes.
It's so new they haven't even added the dumpsters. It appears to be
No trash
fenced
pickup
off.
yet, but there'll be a spot for it. As we said, only an RV camper would get excited about this kind of stuff. But we are. So you have to suffer along with us. This is nice. I mean, this is, well, of course, they are brand new, so this is probably as clean as they'll ever be. But, you know, water flush, very, I mean, this could reach any flush valve you could imagine.
Yeah.
I wonder if these are threaded. They are not threaded. That's okay. It's been our limited experience that the threaded ones are often more trouble than they're worth.
Yeah.
So, but I love this. Is 3 lanes. I mean, this park is what we figured. This park is maybe like 80 to 100 sites all total, maybe. I mean, so on a busy Saturday or Sunday, you know, when most people are coming out, you could really save some time. The park could really save some time, you know, clearing out multiple RVs at one time. This is a good idea.
And the strategically placed side by side instead of
In a row.
Which, you know, if you don't pull forward all the way, doesn't really help much.
And, you know, long, and it's definitely long enough for the longest rigs.
And they have
Potable water and non-potable water. So if you have Class A, you know, and you want to top off your water before you head out, there's your opportunities. Again, jumping all around, we are coming up on the park entrance. So we'll give you a quick look at the gate shack, guardhouse gate shack. I think they call it a gate shack, to tell you the truth. The site you'll see when you first arrive.
right.
The park is not gated closed at night. We left yesterday, Sunday, and spent some time out in the world and came back well after 10 o'clock at night and drove right in. So there's no security to lock you out of the park at night. Doesn't appear to be a bad crowd, bad neighborhood, so we didn't feel any bad feelings about being able to just blow right in that late at night. The last thing we're going to show you will be camping area 1, our area, because we can devote a little bit of attention to that walking around. The next to last thing that we're going to show you now is a unique feature to Wildwood Park. In this park is the international headquarters for the Professional Disc Golf Association. That has been here since I think it was 2002. I found 3 18-hole disc golf courses on the facility. I believe the Disc Golf Hall of Fame is here, in addition to all the administrative offices and things that govern the sport worldwide. So we're going to drive in here and take a peek. We honestly don't know if we'll be allowed to just walk in, but we're going to drive in the lot and hop out and look, and whatever we find, you'll find out too.
Well, it appears that the International Disc Golf Center is closed, just like pretty much everything else right now.
COVID clampdown. But the courses are open. Oh, with the last course just opening this past Saturday. Well, you know what? These courses are open for visitor use. we might give it a try before the week's out. I mean, I've never played. I can't throw a frisbee with the toot either, but I give it a shot. Well, okay, so you pay your green fees, but we don't see where you get a scorecard. We found them. Scorecards.
And the little pencils. And these have erasers.
They have erasers. That's not real golf.
Well, this isn't real golf.
I will direct everybody to pdga.com to learn the history and statistics and information about disc golf and its history and rules and whatnot.
I mean, there are even hazards. It's, playing over the water.
Playing across water.
Yeah, I would lose frisbees like I do golf balls.
And this is just one course. There are 3 full 18-hole regulation courses here. Well, with the exception of the inside, that is the International Disc Golf Center. I hate that we didn't get to go inside and see it for ourselves, much less show it to you guys. But it's close to home. Maybe we'll come back someday. All right, next up, our campground. We'll do a walking tour and show you all that, and then wrap things up. We walked out to the entrance to the area. This is Campground 1, Camping Area 1. And as we pull in, there's spaces for very noisy tent campers and more quiet Class A's. The bathhouses, tell me if you concur, they're clean.
Yeah.
But as we've mentioned, the weather this week is so incredibly humid.
Yeah.
Not very good ventilation in there. It was very, very oppressive humidity-wise in there.
Yeah, I don't know that there's climate control. So it's a bathroom and sauna in one.
But it's clean. We'll give it that.
So I will take you in and show you the ladies' side, so you can get an idea of what we're talking about. So, see, big house. One regular, one handicap. The shower stalls, we've been kind of wondering about this little situation because it's a weird nozzle and a push button, no handles. We've not really run into that before. And then there's only this one bracket to put your things on to keep them dry because there's not a separate area that some showers sometimes have. This one, being the handicap, has a little shelf, but there's nothing to keep your gear from getting wet. And of course the shower head, the holder is broken, so it needs a little TLC. Moving on. This is a little bit of overflow parking, in addition to a site. Couple. I think there's a. There's another site back there. Multi-party charcoal grill, family reunion or scout meeting or something. Gobs of cheeseburgers. Okay, now we're in the camping loop, part of the loop. Sites are not terribly far apart. They're probably closer together than some folks would like. But then again, as we've said before, with these state park, county park, lakefront type camping areas, you kind of have to expect that. Right. Host seems to make rounds quite often, checking on things, so that's nice to know. That's her, and then red golf cart, or at least the current host.
And that's the loop. We're back where we started. And that's a wrap on Wildwood County Park. Not a gyro, not a panini, but a wrap. But a couple of other points we probably should bring up before we leave you. Water, electric at all campsites.
No sewer.
No sewer. I don't believe anywhere.
I don't think so.
I don't think there's any sewer sites.
If we find out different, we'll let you know.
If you consider coming here, be wary. The online documentation says 50 amp power. That is not the case. These power posts are 50-30. We went out and made sure we had a 50 to 30 adapter before we came and didn't need it.
Yeah, to our knowledge, they're all 50-30.
Yeah, well, everything we've seen so far has been 30. Admittedly, we haven't looked at them all, but nonetheless, ours is definitely 50-30, so you're cool in that respect. This place is a deal.
Yes, very budget
as far as
friendly.
rates go. I don't remember what the exact per night rate was, but we're here for 8 days, 7 nights, I believe it is. And it was like $140 and change for the week plus. So, I mean, you can't beat that with a stick. And it may even be cheaper if you're a Columbia County, Georgia resident, which, of course, we're not. We're right across the state line, so we're not in this county. So, hey, that's a point in its favor, too.
One thing we didn't know that we found out, it doesn't really help us much, but there is RV storage here on site that people can pay for and leave their campers and I think boats here so that they're accessible whenever they come, so they don't have to bring it with them. I don't know if they will put it in a site for you like some resorts do, but it's, you know,
it's already here.
It's already here, and it's locally available. And if you don't have storage options at your home, this is perfect.
Yeah. Much like other parks up and down Lake Thurmond / Clarks Hill Lake, much like we said about Baker's Creek a couple of weeks ago, this apparently is a boater's paradise. Bass boats, personal watercraft, paddle boards, you name the watercraft, with the exception. We've not seen any sailboats, but anything.
But there have been on other trips on this lake.
That's true, yeah. So if you've got a boat, check this place out.
That's right.
And that's the done deal. Wildwood County Park. Well, Wildwood Park. A Columbia County, Georgia park.
Right.
We recommend. I guess on that note, we will let you go, and we will go and jump in this lake. And at some point, we will get back to you and tell you about what do we do? We did some
living and learning.